And happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a happy Tuesday. So this is entitled, just real briefly, I'm just going to take a couple minutes. I need to make a phone call and continue on my walk. This is the beautiful day today, and I am not mad at all. What I am is sick, saddened, distraught, vigilant, rejoicing, calm, joyous, but also I see a fluctuation. So fleshly sin and spiritual light. So flesh versus spirit. I reached out to someone online who was not trying to say they were the Antichrist, but they said they're Antichrist, and there's two parts to that. I sent them off an email of what I thought they meant by it, what I received, and what I know to be true, and when we use the name Christ and heaven crossing over from darkness into light, between the Most High, the throne, and the world coming out of sin. The Most High is not dark. He's not gloomy. He's not dark. He's not full of hate. He is full of judgment and wrath when need be, just like in the times of Jericho. So, I've had to be really careful that I'm not deceived in these last days. I'm not deceived by the movement and the carnality I see. However, groups that speak with leadership to call someone a certain title, I kind of compared that to Christ is not the name I use Yahusha. A lot of people still say Jesus, which we know originates from the name Zeus, technically, in Caesar Borgia. It's not the correct name we should be saying, but some brethren do still say Jesus, and I still have much love for them. In my own home, I use the name Yahusha and Yahuwah as our Father, Almighty Father, Alpha and Omega, Elohim, Aruch HaKodesh, Shekinah Glory. I say Most High. So, in a descriptive term, Christ being crossing over that path. This person may have, a bee, big bumblebee, may have taken all of the information from different emails they received and said something. I wanted to make sure that no one was stumbled. There was no stumbling block. For instance, my rawest form, me just as natural as can be right now, just as natural as can be out on my walk, okay? I feel like there's light in me. I don't feel darkness. I see darkness all around, but there's still glory and beauty, right? We give grace or not grace, we give thanks to the Most High for that. So in its rawest form, we have to go from where something came from to where it originates, and definitely go from there. And this video is going longer than I thought, which usually happens all the time. My point being, we have to be careful we're not deceived. My flesh can be very weak, but I'm not a slave to my flesh. I'm always thinking of the Spirit, Holy Spirit, how my spirit is receiving everything that's taken in and put back out. And so there's a lot of conflict in Israel as far as others using names such as Israel and saying we want to go to war. When the Most High goes to war, he allows a prophet to raise up and they go to battle. There's not this long process of let's just keep trying to march. I don't have any disrespect for those that are trying to raise up, but when I think about being hot, cold, and lukewarm, I see in the last days many lukewarm, 2/3 cut off. I see those using the name of 12 tribes of Israel being a little bit deceitful if they're not speaking Hebrew law, statutes, and commandments. So it is a very trial. Sometimes it's a very twisted time to those that don't fully understand, aren't fully awake, and it can be a roller coaster for those who are just really awakening to this matrix and everything. So point being, I would like you to take from this that just, it's not that we're always in peace. peace be still, but our hearts aren't angry. They're not full chaotic corruption. When you're of the 12 tribes of Israel, when you're a Hebrew, when you understand your calling or chosen or elect, bride of Christ, we go to the Most High for all our problems. We understand the captivity that Israel took in was because of their sin, because of not, they were cursed because they were not abiding by the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments, especially Sabbats, especially how we, you don't murder one another. When the Most High strikes, he strikes to kill, and he leaves nothing left behind, but I warned you. So it can be very controversial. Just I'm trying to stay grounded with all this. I don't want to be deceived in any way, and I want to make sure I'm balanced in my thoughts. To say that a man doesn't want to go out and fight doesn't mean he won't protect his family, the wife and the children, the friendships, the ones that are chosen of the Most High and love the Most High. It means he will protect. What he won't do is go starting battles and waging war with the enemy just because. We do have anger. We have been upset, but anger, your heart can be treacherous. You have to really think before you act in this world. So just take note of that. I wanted to share that encouraging word. I hope is encouraging. And I'll just finish with my walk. Shalom.